Hello and welcome back to Marvel Rivals. I'm Luce, and with Claire Obscure complete, I figure I should come back to a game without too much commitment, and this one was one I've been wanting to, but after having played a bit, I felt, I honestly really liked analyzing my own replays last time, plus I do genuinely think I seem to play better off-stream than on it, so I figure, yeah, maybe tonight will be another good night to, look at my replays, see how I've been going. As mentioned, I've been enjoying Hulk a lot this season, so I'm basically a Hulk main, getting very close to that Lord icon. So that's quite nice. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to check out. Yeah, I need to get back to competitive mode, especially since Season 2.5 is starting soon, and I want the skin there, so... defeat. Who was I in this match? Emma? Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember this one. Alright. Alright, let's open up this one.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
We're gonna start at the end.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. We're gonna go with the free cam a bit. Yeah, I wanted to go in here because the Star-Lord was taking pot shots at us, and I decided to go with Spidey here. Tried to help him. Poor Spidey, I probably... Oh no, I popped my bubble already, so I couldn't get him. I didn't do much, so I used my bubble as soon as I was on cooldown again. Yeah, I should have just gotten out of there and gotten back to gotten back with Penny there. It's good for me to go up there, or at the start, to try and get him out of there. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I could have done to save our Spidey. Yeah. And maybe I could have used my spit attack or something a bit better. Yeah, my healers saved me there. Yeah, at this point I saw the magic, so but she focuses me down because why wouldn't she? Yeah, a baby banner is a key target. But of course our team's right here, so I get back pretty quick. I stay as banner a bit. I think it was to draw their magic over to me so that I could transform mid. Yeah. Yeah, I was going. I do know if there's a diver, sometimes I'll hold off a bit on transforming into Hulk to try and get them to focus down me. Then when I transform halfway through, I immediately get a full heal, and they've wasted their cooldowns on me instead of on one of our valuable healers. But I guess in that case, I did at least get Thor to do something annoying. To focus on me a bit. Our Spidey's trying to fight one another. Looks like we had the better one. Oh, I died already, yeah. Oh, where was I out this time? I lost Hulk form already at this point. What made me lose Hulk? Yeah, I was too far ahead. The healers had to cover each other because their magic had been here, right? Or this. Yeah, our Spideys were trying to diff each other. And yeah, their magic had just fought with them. She loses to the wand, it looks like. But yeah, I was pretty far ahead, but I also needed to look back a bit more. Alright, so the good news is I wasn't breaking line of sight like I was last time I did one of these analysis ones, so that's improved. However, I failed to notice that our healers were in trouble, and when that happens, they registered our healers did the correct thing. They kept each other alive over all else, which is huge. The issue was I didn't fall back to either protect them or to avoid pushing too heavily. Like, I definitely could have gone back here and held the line alongside Penny. Yeah. Because Penny has her own healing from her the webbing. She's simply standing in it gives her a decent heal over time effect. So yeah, that's something to pay attention to. I have to look backwards a lot more. I come back in once again because I don't know if the magic was... I didn't know if the magic was back or not, I think I saw her die, but she also died about the same time I did, so she would have been back soon. Oh no, there's the enemy Spidey I was trying to bait. Yeah. Unfortunately, for better or for worse, the Spideys are trying to diff one another. Oh no, our Spidey's doing the smart thing, going after their healer. Yeah, our Spidey... I get the sense we had the better Spidey here. Kind of. Well, actually, yes. It doesn't matter. Neither of them were killing. The point is ours never... No, the enemy does... Oh, dear. Well, ours actually got had a good targeting choice, but I don't know. I have the magic. The Spidey. I basically just forced the Spidey to leave. I just stay near the cart with my healer. Keep the invis protected. Oh, crap. Unfortunately, there's so much I could do against an ult. I tried to knock him down, but there's not much I could do there. I tried to... Yeah, I don't know why I was holding the cart there. Stalling on the point is a genuinely good strategy when you have the point. If you're doing what I'm doing here, when you don't own the point, you're just wasting time. I should have just retreated. Again, we have a Penny, who is extremely good defensively. Staying near her, if all else fails, is a pretty good strategy, because she provides... Hey, yeah, Penny specializes in area... How can I say this? Penny specializes in area control, so fighting near her spider nest makes it much more difficult for enemies to get me, and also difficult to get her, because obviously if an enemy's shooting the spider's nest, I'll know to stop them, because, well, that's something I need to protect as well, because, again, this forms a defensive matrix that the enemy's not going to be able to get... Defensive parameter that the enemy can't get past. I'm still using too much technical jargon here. What am I, a Dota 2 player? I mean, I haven't been for I don't know, 20 years now? Is it that old even? Actually, I think it might be. But yeah. Basically, as long as the spider nest is up, Penny has control over this area and is extremely difficult for enemies to get in here, especially if they're melee, which of course they have. Spidey and honestly even Namor would struggle to get through there because his squids aren't very good at attacking the defense there, and he has to get a decent... Unless Penny's just standing out in the open for him, yeah. So yeah, she's really good at keeping these bunkering down.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Our Penny actually had some pretty good aim there, dang. Yeah, our Penny was doing really well. Doesn't look like they have the Lord icon, but they at least seem to know what they're doing with her. Notice how she's even making sure to create a path for the cart, rather than just running at enemies. Yeah, as I said, she really counters melee heroes, and Magic does not like fighting her. Or Hulk, for that matter. Oh yeah, as you can see, this is why I switched to Emma, because at this point... yeah, it's clear that Hulk was not working. I needed to be a different tank. So I decided to be more of a frontline tank with Penny as our back line. So Emma's much better. The patch at time of streaming, the patch notes for season 2.5 are out, and Emma is getting a bit of a nerf, but it's mostly just to her diamond form combo. Her basic attack beam is pretty crazy still. Yeah, basically from what I've seen, there's two strategies that people use with Emma. Either focusing on the diamond form to get some quick kills against squishy things, or using the beam to charge it up to 100% energy and just keeping it at 100% energy at all costs, including using diamond form to stall, sometimes even using the ult to stall it. Beats me, which is better. I'm not good enough for that, but I need to at least be decent at 1 if I'm going to be playing Emma. Now, in Dark Child here, I go back here and go into diamond form immediately to try and, yeah, I was tussling a bit with... Oh yeah, once our Cloak and Dagger ulted, it was pretty easy there. I went with diamond form immediately so that I could try and grab Dark Child, but I missed my dash, my grab. I did at least manage to body block Thor to limit the damage he could do. Yeah, I really should not have chased Thor that far. I mean, look, Wanda just respawned, and she'd probably be able to kill him. Yeah, I really wanted that kill, but he was going to a health pack. I should have just pushed up, because right now his team is not with him, and he can be a dangerous diver now, although sadly he gets, I honestly don't think he was, I didn't think he was oppressive or anything, but he's getting a huge change in 2.5, which is, not looking good, according to the Thor mains. I don't play him myself, but I know a handful of people who do, and I guess I'll have to take their word for it. Yeah, I'll openly say I'm not the greatest player of this game, but I do know the basic MOBA rules. Actually, this is true in TF2 and all that, but yeah. I may not be an expert on anything, but I can at least tell from these overviews to see which major mistakes I'm making. Like, if I had been pushing with a team, I probably could have protected the Cloak and Dagger from... holy oh no, that's the Invisible Woman. Wow, Rival's not beating the allegations. Yeah, she's quite literally surrounded by our DPS. I'd probably been able to cover her if I hadn't been chasing Thor like an idiot. I was really wanting that kill, or maybe it wasn't the kill. Maybe I was just obsessed with trying to keep my energy up. Let me check my POV here. What's the charge at? Oh, 5%. No, that was when I was chasing Thor. What was it here? Okay, yeah, he was really low when I was trying to get the kill, but as soon as I saw him going for that health back, I really should have just abandoned it. Yeah. Even if the good news about a game like this is even if you're not a great player, getting a perspective like this can tell you a decent bit about what's going on. Not just in your own gameplay, but I guess what am I saying? My general thought is that it's okay. I won't worry too much about whether or not I win these fights. It's more a matter of were these fights worth taking in the first place. Like this, look at this. This Thor is maximum full health. He's a tank, as a reminder, so he has some of the highest HP in the game, as well as easy shield access. And I'm another tank. I'm not a DPS yet, not until my energy beam is at max. But as a reminder, it's 0% charge now, so I can't melt him. So this was a useless fight. I should not have been taking this fight. I was also on the ass end of my team with nothing productive. So yeah. The question I'm trying to ask myself when I'm doing these is, am I in the right position, and am I taking the fights I should be taking? And this is not one of those. Yeah, I can understand the temptation to want to finish off that kill, since that would have been frustrating, but at the same I would have been a lot more helpful if I was pushing with a team here. Sheesh. I wasted a lot of time with that Thor. And because of that, the offense was down a tank, and that without me up here to protect our Invisible Woman, yeah, she almost died. Looks like our Spidey got the magic. Oh, the poor Penny. Once again, I should have been backing her up at this point. Oh no, I am. Okay, I finally made it. I probably should have backed up here, honestly. I believe I tried to kick the Spidey in the wall, but I stay in Diamond a bit longer than I was expecting. It did do decent damage to Thor, but the thing I wanted here specifically was the damage reduction. She gets 30% damage reduction while in Diamond form. That said, I probably should disengage sooner, but like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about whether or not I win the fights here. The question is, was that fight worth it? And I guess as long I was taking space to keep enemies from feeling safe near the cart, so I don't think that was a bad use. And this one was definitely a good ult. I get both healers, and while Thor survives, it doesn't matter too much because without a healer, well, you saw exactly what happened to that poor, yeah, that poor Star-Lord just got obliterated because he had no healing backup. I'm not sure if he didn't notice his healer's dead, but whatever, that's not my problem. The thing is, that was a good use of the ult. But I'm usually not that lucky as to have all the healers in a convenient line like that to nuke. I decided to back up Wanda with Thor because he was... let's see here. How dangerous actually was their Thor? I mean, not awful, but I probably could have let Wanda handle him. I very clearly am doing significantly, at the very least, it does feel like, yeah, now I'm doing a good job with the taking space and staying near Wanda. I wanted to go up, but the Wanda's pushing up way too far for our healers, so I have no choice but to leave her behind. I pop the damage entirely to escape. Now that's going to be a debatable use of the diamond form. I used it entirely for the damage reduction to ensure I'd escape back here and survive, and because I didn't die, I do think that was relevant, but some would argue that if you're not using the diamond form to kill or to sustain it, it's a waste, so I guess it's going to be personal opinion there. At the same time, though, I do think being a tank and not dying is still kind of important. And this is a very annoying ult. I try to stay back here. Stay on the cart, try and hold it. Now this is a good time to be holding it because of the it's still in our control, but unfortunately I run out of power. I should have fallen back with C and D here. I was too focused on delaying the cart, but Emma's not nearly as good at that as someone like Captain America, or for that matter even Hulk, if we're honest. So I definitely should have gone back here to try and save our Cloak and Dagger. Had I fallen back with Cloak and Dagger, I also would have been alive to be saved by this ult, so that's another thing. So yeah, if we're forced to retreat, I can potentially I should stay with the healers. That's something to keep in mind. Sucking at duels, I'm not going to like how I keep failing at Thor is not something I'm going to worry about because I'll get better at dueling with time. I'll figure out how to completely crush him. I've also noticed that I haven't been... Actually, I was going to say I haven't been using the crystal for whatever reason, but if I remember right, I kept missing this game. Yeah, the sentiences thing is really good because it deals percentage damage when it's broken, which for a tank can be absolutely essential for... If I grab a tank, that's essential for bringing them down. For a DPS, that's going to bring them an easy kill range for anything, so... Well, it's good, but if I keep missing, that's a problem. I guess that's more of a technical skill, though, so I'll be getting better at my aim with that with time, so I'm not going to worry. Like I said, right now I'm trying to make sure that I'm using... my positioning and the fights I take are the correct ones. I'll worry about the actually succeeding at... while I train normally. Yeah, I was taking my good thing my team was carrying my ass. Holy... Yeah, unfortunately, Emma doesn't have much choice but to just walk normally. That's the one thing I do really like about Hulk. He can really get back to a fight fast. Not as fast as someone like Spidey, but... It's a decent pace. Here I decided to try... Yeah, see him. I do use my... Yeah, I tried to use my grab to get a crystal there, but... I probably shouldn't be using that extreme range, actually. Because the crystal won't deal damage to the target. It'll go away if the target goes out of a certain range. So I probably, well, might not have been a bad idea to back up the Spidey. As soon as I saw they were up there was no way I was going to reach them with anything. Not my beam, not my grab, anything. Because they're absolutely not going to stand still long enough for me to grab the crystal and break it. They get a sound cue when they're hit by it, so they'll immediately know to run like hell. And I hear that ult, so I do, yeah. So I immediately kill the Dark Child. Now that was a good fight to be taking. Yeah, see him. There we are. I believe I used the... Oh no, that was our... Yeah. Yeah, but here I'm using my crystal shield to try and block off healing between the healers. It doesn't and basically you can see me, I'm trying to get in between the two healers to ensure they cannot heal each other. Because if they can, that's going to make life a lot harder for our team. Emma probably shouldn't be this far up. Yeah, because my healers cannot reach me here. Especially since they were getting bothered and backed by Thor, who's taking their own space and making my dive ineffective. Yeah, Emma can do the dive tank thing if she really wants, but you need your healers to be uncontested in their own space. Thor and Cap here were making that absolutely not the case. So while it's possible for that to be a fight worth taking, it was not in this particular case, I'd say. While you drank, the world changed. Let's go. Our poor Spidey. Ours was okay. Ours was actually doing okay. And the other one switched off Spidey, actually. I think it's the Bucky. I guess he got sick of losing and decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna Spidey this. Screw it, they can have the better Spidey, I'm gonna be Bucky. Yeah, I just went ahead and did the Emma thing, I guess. Once again, I try to get their healers here. I don't know why I tried to get the Cap. I probably should have kept pressuring the healers, because if their Cap gets no... Well, I guess he can stall the card almost indefinitely here with his ult, and he definitely... I probably shouldn't have used my ult there at all, but then again... Yeah, so with their Cap there, I decided to harass their healers, but... Okay, good. I made the smart decision to get back here and help cover. There we go. Yeah, I killed the Thor with that. Oh, almost. Forced him to leave, though. I get hit by again, but I managed to not die in time so that it timed out. That's ours. She forced them off the point, which was very helpful, I'd say. Alright, these are quick play matches. They're only going to be one round. Fortunately, it looks like my, was my diamond form down here? Looks like it was up. Yeah. Let's see what caused that. Yeah, I was letting Dark Child handle me while I was going after the,
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
I don't even know what I was doing there. Yeah, I was trying to stop the cap from breaking that, but I don't know why. There was no possible way I'm killing a tank with that beam.
The final 10 seconds.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! If I get hit...
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
The Penny did a good job stalling, but unfortunately there's nothing we could do. Sadly, Emma is fashionably late. Alright, yeah, I need to not overextend. I need to not chase down enemies there. I was just Hulk for this one. Okay. Hall of Dajalia.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Alright, so I decided to... Yeah, since we have 2 tanks, I decided to let Groot take main tank here and sneak up behind. Yeah, I see that their Punisher is just sitting there, so I decided to do this. He switches weapons and tries to shoot me, but he forgot how long it takes to Punisher to switch weapons. Now I see their Spidey. No, that's their Black Panther. I tried to stop him, but I just decided to... Yeah, protect one of our teammates and go there. Yeah, their ammo is really low on HP, but decided to keep going anyways. Namor just made mincemeat out of the poor BP. Wow! Yeah, that's... Namor is very, very balanced this season. Holy crap. Let's see where I am. Yeah, I decided to go back again, and... yeah, Punisher actually saw me, what I was doing that time, so... Yeah, he saw me going up there, and he decided to try and get me, but... He does, to be fair, Punisher does have the damage output to melt a tank like Hulk, but I just grabbed the health pack and get back here. I see that one's a fake, so I decided to just... Yeah, that's a fake Loki, so I decided to get their BP to leave. Now, do I get him or no? I missed the shot, but my clap... Oh! I got him. He must have come up right as he was almost there. That's got to be painful. He was almost to freedom, but boom! Hulk clap. Oh yeah, then I get pissed off at the Black Widow. Yeah, she really... Luckily, she didn't get the headshot in there, which allowed me to use my... Yeah, let's go with here. I lose my Hulk form, but she underestimated what Banner could do. The sniper got bannered, I think, because of some of his lines for that. Oh. The Black Pant... No, that goes always. Huh. Did someone change Iron Man, or were they always Iron Man? I don't remember there being an Iron Man earlier. Let's see. Yeah, there was the whole time. I was just unobservant. Yeah, I don't know why I took that fight. Actually, I think I might have even killed him earlier. No, I didn't, although I did get a handful, at least. Yeah, our team's... Well, the good news is our team is good at handling flyers, which is good. When you're playing quick play like this, it's a crapshoot whether you'll actually get ones that can... it's a crapshoot whether you get teammates that basically make flying a worthless strategy because they're just going to get shot down, or they'll never look up and just get obliterated. Luckily, my team holds pretty strong here. And of course, as Hulk, I can get back to this fight rather quickly. Always a nice perk. Oops. Yeah, huh, weird. Usually that people like to smash that glass before the round even starts just so that there's easier mobility around. That's our Jeff. So. Oh, nice! I managed to shield myself in time from that. He didn't even de-Hulk me. That's odd. Was that T'Challa just give up? That's weird. What was that BP doing? Weird. Well, whatever. Now here's where I get de-hulked. That Punisher really wanted me. I don't know why. Yeah, I let them handle Punisher while I stay back. I can still do some nice things with the banner gun, but obviously if I'm de-hulked, I can't do too much. But at the same time, I don't want to be too passive because otherwise it'll take forever to get Hulk back. You definitely want to find a distracted tank or something you can shoot and they won't stop you. So I just try to go here where the enemies are. I think I go back at this point. Oh, the attacking team had someone rage quit. I go back here for health. Looks like I have Hulk back. There's probably a reason I didn't transform directly. Was I trying to... Yeah, I was probably trying to get a distraction going where they'll start shooting me and then I just transform to fully heal. The poor enemy Groot. He just got obliterated. And at this point, I guess I get tired of waiting. Respect to someone who wants to main Widow, apparently. Because remember, they were there from the start of the game. They didn't get mad someone rage quit and then switch to Widow. They were always there, which means they want to work on their aim. And to be fair, their aim's not half bad. They almost killed me after all, but they underestimated what the damage banner's capable of. Yeah, as soon as I see the Loki, I try to go for it, but as soon as they're on the point, I try to... Yeah, I try to keep everyone safe here. I wasn't sure if Loki was going to pop up or something. Smashing Squirrel Girl, always a good time. I know it can be cathartic to end her ult early, but I really was better off well, I don't think I knew I was going to run off in that direction, because if it goes off in here, that means going to a wide open area. It's not going to do anything. But if it went to this room here or over here, then I wouldn't want to do something about that, largely because it could bounce around and crush our team, but it didn't. It wasted it, so that worked out. And try to protect everyone from the Venom dive. Luckily, we melt him pretty bad. I make sure to get rid of Loki's runes since he's practically immortal while in it. Yeah, that last minute stun was probably... Yeah, I don't think she would have made it to the point even if I hadn't stunned her, but I knew we were in overtime, so I figured stunning her so that she wouldn't be able to make it in time would help. So while it didn't matter in the end of this fight, I do think that was a shot worth taking. And of course, I'm fine getting her root ability, because while it does suck, I was in the middle of my team, and it prevented it from hitting someone more valuable, like one of the healers or Namor or something, so...
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Hulk. Yeah, they were pushed really far up here. Or they were, at least. Huh. I think that's Master Weaver's spiders keeping up. Interesting.
Some kind of mystical doohickey.
Where's that Spidey? Oh, that's our Spidey. Yeah, my healers were in this final spot. I was getting their Loki here. I wasn't... Yeah, there was a, oh my, we lost our Loki. Yeah, I figured since we have a thing taking point, I could go up here and force their Loki to an uncomfortable position. Because, yeah, he was forced to leave his clone and escape. Then, so I go back to my team, and I try the other way, but Penny's there. And as mentioned, Penny's pretty good against melee heroes like Hulk, so I couldn't do much there. Yeah, she does, Yeah, I just try to blindly fire into there to get Hulk meter back. And when it's unfeasible, I just get rid of the Loki clone so that he has less resources to work with. Yeah, I grab the health pack. Banner doesn't have much health, so I cannot afford to be running down damaged. Sadly, I don't think I get much Hulk ult from Loki clones, but it was enough here, it looks like. We lost Thing, but I was able to delay it a bit. Unfortunately, Loki still had his rune, which was the big game changer there. Otherwise, that Spidey and me plan would have killed him, and then we might have gotten enough momentum to keep going. Actually, all of our healers... maybe Jeff could have saved, I don't know. Yeah, the last fight was kind of a stomp, if we're honest. Maximum pulse. Yeah, me and the cloak protected from that rather well. Good job on the cloak. Yeah, I try to get the Iron Man, I believe. I keep missing my jumps on flyers. It's very embarrassing, but it is worth it if you can try. And it looks like either way it still forced their Iron Man to retreat, which meant less pressure on us here. That's our Jeff that got him, so... Yeah, since I was de-hulked, I just used Banner's gun to get rid of the Penny Mines so that even if she makes it out alive out of the, yeah, our Jeff really did carry there. He got both their tanks and a healer. That's pretty much their whole team. Him is a front line right there, so... That scored us the point. Yeah, that last one was a stomp, but this one's actually forcing me to work on my banner play. I probably should have retreated, honestly. I was trying to hold the point at all costs, but my team had it even without me. I could have retreated and been fine. Still, this does allow me to be in the fight right away. I missed my shots. I get one hit on the Iron Man. I just focus their cloak because I genuinely don't care about their, I couldn't find them, so I just retreat. I think that was a smart move, retreating here to come back. I decided to let the healers handle Thing while I use a health pack, so they'd have less, they'd have to focus on, worry about, so I think that was a good move, especially because I can get to the front faster than Thing can. Thing only really has his dash, and, well, I guess he could dash to an ally. He'd have been fine, yeah, even if he did it. But hey, as long as one of us did, I think it's fine. Oh dear. Well, our Jeff dodged it. Huh. Yeah, I try to hit that damn Iron Man's. I was wondering why I wasn't moving, but it was because, yeah, it was because I wanted to jump at him, and this time I actually do manage him. Ha! Swatted that Iron Man out of the sky like a fly. So yeah, those fights against Iron Man were ones I should have taken. I missed my jump, but I'll get better at it with time. I mean, I did eventually make it, so I'm making some progress, right?
And dangerous.
Our Bucky decides to take a risky move, but it does distract them well enough. Yeah, they weren't able to heal their mag because they were too busy with the Bucky. There we are, yeah. And from here, I decided to let the team push the cart while I hold the point here. At this point, yeah, I noticed they couldn't, so I tried to get, yeah, me and Thing together. Always good to have a smashing partner. Yeah, I was fighting near the health pack, I noticed. Yeah, Mag was desperately trying to hold the point at all costs, but he didn't have enough healing backup. Man, we're at the point directly. But Jeff caps it for us. And, we get there. No, we had capped it. Yeah, I'd hold them up here while Thing handles the cart. We split the work rather well. Yeah, me and Spidey were just trying to chase down their Loki to try and get him a later kill so he'd be staggered. Yeah, we both get him, so at that point I decided I'm out of here. Yeah, with one of their main healers dead, there was not much they could do here. So then I saw the rest of the team moving up, so I thought, okay, now it's safe to push. Unfortunately, this was a bit much for the healers to handle, so I used my ult to force them to focus me here. Oh, yeah. Right, one guy goes Rage Hulk in order to try and counter me. But yeah, as long as I keep them all focused on me, that's fine. But it looks like it wasn't cutting it, unfortunately, because they just had some of them while the healer and tank go up here. I like how Banner's icon changes, whether he's Banner, Hulk, or Monster Hulk form. This Moon Knight I was really mad at, I guess. But I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was kind of... Unfortunately, when you de-Hulk in the middle of a bunch of enemies, you're kind of cooked no matter how good of a Banner player you are. Still. Sheesh, like I said, Namor's squids are no joke. Though I guess if you're going Namor and Hulk, that's an absurd combo. It's getting a slight nerf in the patch notes, but I don't think it's going to be any less amazing, honestly. The only thing is they removed Iron Man from it, and that's probably the bigger thing. We might actually be... Since Hulk's no longer the main anchor for 2 team-ups, they might choose to just ban Namor instead, so I might actually get to play Hulk again in comp. The duality of Hulk. Because sometimes he's just practically perma-banned, sometimes he's fine. Season 1, when I first joined, he was basically perma-banned. Point 5, his team-ups were nerfed to the point people weren't banning him anymore. Then at Season 2, he was basically perma-banned. Now we might see Namor banned instead. Which is kind of funny. I get that Hulk is the anchor for 2 major team-ups, but unless you're a Hulk main, he's generally considered the hardest character in the game to play. So, yeah, we need to stay together. I fall back because the rest of the team's not here yet. I think I was just charging ult at this point. I stand back here to get heals from the Jeff and the others. I protect everyone from Namor's ult. That's nice. They're completely redoing Jeff to make him more of a proper healer rather than diver, so we'll see how that plays.
I seem to be unprotected.
His ult will even be buffed to shield the allies, but, I mean, usually you don't want to keep your allies inside of Jeff for very long, even though he does genuinely heal them a lot in there, and now will even give them shields for a decent time. Because even now, that wasn't, part of his ult wasn't changed, so it's still good for getting the enemy team off the point, regardless of whether you kill them or not. As long as you take them away from there, it can still be a game changer. But as for the rest of the rework, might have to speak with the Jeff mains to know how that's going to play out.
They found my weak spot.
Yeah. I think I've lost myself in here. Yeah, so I'm focusing on the Jeff. Oh, I died. Welp, I'm gonna have to go back in time a bit to find where that was. Alright, let's go to my point of view here and see. Darn it. Yeah, I was trying to go for the health pack, but didn't make it. I don't know if I was able to tell whether or not that was actually the real Loki or a clone. Because what some Lokis will do is just start healing while standing still to make you think, oh, that's a Loki clone, I don't care about him. Yeah, you do want to get rid of the Loki clones, don't get me wrong, but getting rid of Loki himself is paramount. Right, 8. So, welcome in. Oh, sorry, I haven't just focused here. Yeah, so, yeah, I tried to go with the health pack, but I didn't make it in time before the enemy Hulk got me. Was the enemy Hulk diffing me? Yeah, kind of. Granted, he was also something else before Hulk. What was he? I can check at the end of the game, I guess. I'm pretty sure he changed. So, yeah. Yeah, Hulk. Yeah, see, as you can see, our Jeff tried to get rid of the others. And just threw the others out because they're all gonna die except for maybe the Magneto if he had ult, but he didn't. So yeah, we were able to push this through here. I try to stay up front here with our Emma to try and keep them distracted. Yeah, their Hulk was going in on our team. Might be personal opinion on whether or not wasting this Loki's time was a good idea, because remember, the Loki is one of their main healers. They've got a pretty good cloak, but it's possible for DPS to out-damage a Cloak and Dagger's healing. That Namor. That Namor squid. And his aim was pretty good, too. That may not be a Lord Icon Namor, but he definitely knew what he was doing. They basically get a party wipe out of that. Look at that range. It was hitting the Jeff. Holy crap, that thing can shoot you from frickin' Mars. I go in, of course, to try and do my job of taking space. The healers back me up. I tried to go with Magneto, but unfortunately the enemy Hulk is smart and stuns me so that I can't go back and help them, because he was right that I was going to go back there and shield it. Unfortunately, not much I can do about the moo. We had good momentum, but we kind of lost it here. Granted, them switching to the Hulk Namor team up is not an insignificant change to their performance. Our Spidey is not the worst in the world, I guess. And yeah, I was really getting dipped by the Hulk. Try and get rid of the... Yeah, there we go. Get rid of the mag. Get rid of... Let's look at my point of view again while I'm Monster Hulk. Yeah, because I was really going after the, yeah, as soon as I saw Loki drop his rune, I tried to go for the Moon Knight, but I probably should have smashed the rune first. Yeah, at this point, I try to... There's not much I can do. If I tried to leave, I would have gotten hit by the Emma ult, so I think I was cooked here no matter what. Because it was either stay behind Emma and get melted by her team, which is what happened here, or I go in front, get hit by her ult, and get melted by that.
Sorry about your little Spectre. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Yeah, it is impressive how quickly Moon Knight can get his ult. I could swear he used it... I swear he used it a very short time ago. Unfortunately, they wipe us here, so we lose.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Unfortunately, that enemy Hulk really was diffing me, and that Namor, he knew damn well what he was doing. Let's see here, who's the enemy Hulk here? Yeah, he was originally a penny, but after the penny was clearly not working, switched to Hulk, and he knew what they knew what he was doing, that's for sure. Namor was the Iron Man for a while. Yeah, so as soon as they saw that their heroes weren't working, they switched to the ones that would really crush us, especially since, yeah, Spidey only changes Squirrel Girl at the last minute. As for me, yeah, I really need to... block the most damage in match, not bad. Yeah, I really need to figure out how... When I fight other Hulks, I usually just try to stun them real quick and then leave them alone while I go with other things, because obviously tank versus tank is not a great team up. Although I was trying to keep the Mag down because Mag is weak to melee attacks. His shield won't block them. His bubble can, but not his, the main shield he protects the team with. I guess I'm just gonna have to train to fight better for some of these, because obviously I should be the one Hulk diffing. Although granted, I don't like I said, I usually don't try to fight Hulk as Hulk. I usually try to stun him and do something else because protecting the team is absolutely paramount. I'm not gonna look at the substitute match, so let's go with Royal Palace. We win this one, huh? Let's see how it goes. Let me grab a sip of my drink.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
I'm gonna start the match here.
Got it? The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's see, if I remember right, Benjamin Richards is basically a demigod in human form.
1.
Enemy ahead.
Yeah, I figure they're gonna initiate right away, so I do this. Keeping them... Wait, what? Was I stunned or something? Eh? Weird. Yeah, I mostly just try to keep the mag off the point. As I mentioned, he has very little defenses against melee, so Hulk's pretty good for that. Yeah, I usually don't want to tussle with the tanks, but that's an exception, especially since he was the only one there anyways, so... I didn't want to push too far ahead with the team and let him stall our capping of the point. Okay, yeah, I was saying something to them there. Oh, they got a Widow. Yeah, I tried to stay in the middle of the fight there. Emma was low, but I just go off her and go for the healer. Yeah, I was surrounded by too many things there. I was cooked no matter what I did. But let's take a look back a few seconds earlier. That was a sniping shot. Yeah, they were all focusing on me and we had lost the healers. Yeah. I was working with our cap well, but I needed to look behind to see that Widow had shot the healers down. We do have a Jeff, but I don't think Jeff alone is going to be enough because the moment he has to reload... Even if Jeff was focusing entirely on me, the moment he has to reload... No, wait, he would respawn. No, he escaped. Yeah, I think Jeff did the smart thing here. Yeah, they were trying to push ahead to keep us from recapping here. I decided to go around here to get the Widow since she was... Unfortunately, I'd already used my shield there, so I couldn't protect everyone. Emma gets me, but Jeff got me. I decided to use my ult. Now I get their Jeff, so the heal. Yeah, I tried to protect Jeff, and it seemed to work fine. Yeah, luckily Scarlet Witch wasn't able to stop Jeff. He was too fast for her. And of course, as Banner, I just kind of shoot past there. I get slowed a bit by Widow's ult, but it doesn't do much.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
There we are. Jeff is losing his Luna ult. At the time of streaming, Jeff is losing his team up with Luna Snow, but is gaining one with a Storm, where he becomes a Jeff NATO. Seems like it's going to be another combination ult like Human Torch and Storm, and if so, I'm genuinely curious what it's going to consist of. Probably going to be pretty crazy because I think I've mentioned before, but Human Torch and Storm's combo is absolutely absurd. It can tear through even healer ults, and it lasts for ages. Yeah, at this point I just kind of fire at their spawn to get ult charge back to Hulk out again. A bit risky to do it this way since it does give their healers charge, since there's no possible way I can secure kills with it, but I guess it's always risk and reward, because if I just stay as Banner and wait for my thing to charge naturally, it's not going to help any. Yeah, unfortunately it's not enough. I die there. Unfortunate. These poor Jeff mains. I wonder what they think about the rework. I was trying to get their mag down since no one was healing him, but then someone was healing him. That helped a little. Yeah, that ult was huge. There we go. That was a well-timed Jeff shield. Shield against Jeff's ult. And with the healers down, mag can only last for so long. The enemy team only has one fight at best, so I believe I decided to take the fight over here, because that's going to force them to,
No smashing us now!
We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Yeah, the Wander wasn't getting healed. She was getting her shielded though. I try to finish her. It works. Yeah, they didn't get there in time.
I'm not sure my training is at the safe multiverse stage yet.
Have a shield!
About time I got a shield.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a time of our choosing.
Get sniper!
I found out apparently there's a handful of different Iron Fists, and this one is actually not the most well-known or popular one. I guess they wanted more than just the most famous version of some of the characters here.
Mission area is yours.
Plasma.
Oh, that poor Widow.
An extra force field? Great.
Yeah, I stay here so the Jeff could heal me up pretty quick. I think I was typing to the mirror. I guess it's not the worst time to do it since the enemy team is still coming back, but I also didn't want to leave the point too much alone for too long anyways. Well, I was able to save myself, but I didn't save anyone else. That was, Let's take a look from the bird's eye view, then. Could I have saved them if I had been smart about my ult usage? They were a lot further ahead than I really wanted to be, and they might have smashed my shields if I could, but at the same time, maybe I should have. Because maybe if I had gone up there fast enough, because, I mean, our healers are there. Jeff and Invisible Woman are right there, but at the same time... Yeah, at this point I decided to retreat back to the point with our healers. Yeah, he takes out Mag because Mag had already ulted, he had no way to fly out of the hole, so our Jeff made a pretty good choice there. The Jeffs. Alright. I trusted Jeff to handle it while I held the point. They were hesitant to get on since they didn't have a tank, but I decided to use this to get rid of them since they were getting too bold. Without a tank, though, they can't stand against it. Yeah, I had to be healed. Yeah, Bucky got the sniper, so... Yeah, the Bucky was really quite good, actually.
You Hulk.
Oh yeah, the Jeff knew to do it there because he had just seen me use my shield, so he knew there was no way for me to protect them. I was able to save them the first time, but not after I've already used my shield. So it wasn't bad per se. I really need to consider how long it was since they last used their ult, because I don't think Jeff had used his ult that match yet, and I should have saved it knowing, okay, the Jeff's gonna ult sooner or later. Actually, that might have been precisely why the Jeff held onto his ult for so long. Yeah, I specifically go after the healers to force them to ignore the the tanks and DPS, so ours might be able to... And this was our Jeff, so... Yeah. So I actually got a good amount of healing out of that.
Plasma burst.
She was able to shoot Jeff, but it doesn't matter. We won. Yeah, I definitely need to pay closer attention to the ult charges the enemy has. Or, at the very least, how long it's been since the last one. Because if it's been a while, well, odds are they have it again. Especially when I'm Hulk, because if I get my ult twice while they have it only used it once, that's a problem because that means they have it and just haven't been using it for whatever reason. Because Hulk has the slowest charging ult in the game, if I remember right. Alright, as I said, we're skipping Krakoa since that's a substitute match. If I join at the end, there's nothing I can really do. Well, I guess, you know what, let's have some fun and just see what I did. I don't think there's gonna be much that can, that's gonna
Pick your
matter,
hero.
but...
Or villain. I'm not judging.
I wasn't even in the match yet. Alright, this is interesting. They had a Hulk, but it wasn't, it was a different one. How's their Hulk doing? Pretty decently, actually.
The area is almost yours.
Oh. That's the enemy one, not me. Why'd it start with me? I see, I wasn't in the game yet here.
Keep captured.
Yeah, someone disconnected and then I connect. I go in. Oh yeah, I remember this. I joined in and the enemy team was already basically at our spawn with how far ahead they pushed. I see that they're so far ahead I could probably just go in here and fight, so I go here.
They do not look happy.
The area is almost yours.
Unfortunately, their Hulk noticed me, so... Unfortunately, yeah, they'll start, once the reinforcements start coming, it starts being a problem. Especially since they're cloak ulted here. There's no... Our healers are Jeff and Mantis, so the enemy could easily outdamage that. I love the music for... Oh, actually I do like the stage in general. Just, especially since it doesn't have any annoying changing stuff. I remember hoping that was our Jeff, but, no, it's not. So I come in here and try to hold it the best of my ability. I even managed to land that for once. I want to jump after him, but I can't do that because I'm one of the few things that's preventing this from going on. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I came in late and it was already beyond salvaging. I tried to do what I could, but... I also remember the enemy Hulk said Hulk diff at the end, which... I was here for like 2 minutes. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Hulk in the last game definitely diffed me, but I can't say anything about this one because I wasn't, you know, here for most of it. Still, at least I managed to... Still, at least I managed to get that nice shot on the Iron Man over there. I couldn't secure the kill, unfortunately, but we were trickling in at that point, but we also kind of had no choice but to trickle in because there's no way we could have held the point otherwise. Because I was kind of a lost cause from the start. Midtown. Yeah, I'm not liking this one as much. I'm not sure what that strange portal was for.
Let's need little robots a big tower. Hammer shield.
This rocket does not know how to rock. Oh, his rockets are probably on cooldown because Yeah, but he probably should have been near a wall, so I couldn't punch him to death, because it's really easy for Rocket to avoid Hulk in most cases.
The spider bots are no longer.
Alright. Yeah, killing the Rocket was worth it, but yeah, I had absolutely no healers alive. The only one that had... Yeah, the Mantis had only just respawned. So there was... I should have just killed the Rocket and immediately retreated. I should not have tried to push the point yet. Yeah, I was waiting to change here. Yeah, me and the Mantis worked together to get rid of their Strange so that he couldn't... He did waste his portal, actually. I don't know why. Then again, I guess it's good to get a tank out of there just because, But I really should have been with the team. I was solo tanking with Hulk. And when you're solo tank with Hulk, you really need to stay, yeah, at the front of the team. I can't be doing too much diving. If there was a thing or another tank period, I could have done. Nah, but I probably shouldn't have, even though we did in fact secure the kill in the end.
We are undefeatable.
Yeah, you really have to be good at leading shots to get kills as Banner, but you need to be able to if you want to get Hulk back, because you're not always cooked, and you do want to avoid dying. Yeah, I just don't like how these rebuilding buildings will destroy stuff that Rocket, Penny, and others, even Namor squids, will all instantly be destroyed. And that includes Rocket's ult, by the way. Oh, I was trying to protect people, but I didn't. I wasn't close enough. Oops, that was definitely a mistimer on my part. It's probably not Hulk's job to try and kill that thing, but I think working with a team was a good idea all the same. So I'm gonna say that was probably a good idea. Now, their Invisible Woman was stalling pretty well, actually. Now, the good news about this area is because it's indoors, Storm can't be 50 miles away from everything and snipe at me. Now, I was trying really hard to get the Invisible Woman here. Unfortunately, I was kind of cooked, yeah, though. Yeah, I probably should have retreated. Well, we obliterated the Rocket, at least.
We are undefeatable.
Yeah, Storm being forced to be this low means melee characters like me and Iron Fist actually can kill her. And that makes life a lot easier. I tried to protect our cloak, but I couldn't do it, unfortunately. That said, our spawn is right here, so... Once again, I should not do that when I'm solo tanking. I did secure the kill, don't get me wrong, but... Well, I guess our team had it in the bag, but I still don't think it would have been a good idea to do that, given I was the only tank there. It's a lot of, yeah, I dive ahead because the cloak ult makes it safe to do so. They're generally not going to be able to do enough damage to out-damage that ult. Now I just try to go after the healers as per usual, but I was surrounded by everything. I was cooked, yeah, I should have stayed back. As soon as that ult ended, I should have fallen back because our healers are back here. They couldn't heal me. So yeah, it's not the healer's fault here. Again, the big issue here seemed to be that I was playing an off-tank Hulk when I was technically the main tank. Gotta play a lot more conservatively when you're a solo tank Hulk. Yeah, you got their healers. Yeah, I decided not to bother with Penny. Either because the thing was back here, because she's not worth my time when she's at 11 billion miles from everything. So yeah, went back to my healers. They already took care of Thing. So at this point, I just cover the point, and I think that was the smart one. So yeah. So I need to always remember how many tanks we currently have. If we have 2, I can't be diving into the... I can't be taking on a diver or through there. I have to be the one dealing with that. I have to trust my DPS allies to handle all the diving for me. Likewise, it's a lot harder to peel for healers as the main tank Hulk, which puts a lot more onus on the DPS. Spider Islands. I sure have a lot of bad luck on the Spider Islands.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Oh, this was an Emma match. Interesting. Yeah, I go back here in case I heard a Spidey, so I would look there to see if it was... But no, that was ours. I think. Oh no, nobody has a Spidey. I guess it must have been the... Oh, that's right. When this map starts, Spider Zero leaves the starting area and web slings into her spider mech, which acts as the payload then. I don't know why I placed it there. I think I forgot to cancel it. Yeah, I was trying to save the divers, from the diver, but I ended up not. I put my thing there to stop them from being healed. Yeah, if he gets too far away, I can't use the crystal there. Yeah, Venom was overextending there. His healers couldn't save him because they were too busy running away with Emma. Once again, I try to cut off their heals. I try to get charge off the Emma shield. Darn it. Alright, let's take a look at that from the outside view. Outside looking in. Yeah, the magic went in. Pushing everyone back. Yeah, I force everyone back here. Take up space, but they just overwhelm me with damage. I was really trying to get at least one kill there, and I think that was my big mistake, if we're honest. Yeah, stay back there. Try to get the Venom. Yeah, he was dying there. I try to stay back here so that he doesn't go for the health pack. But unfortunately, he gets into the ult there. I was able to save one of them, but not both. I think that was a good ult because I managed to get one of them. I was really trying to cover the point, but again, the point was already in enemy hands at the time that was happening, so trying to point stall doesn't work when the point isn't already ours. Oh no, it was, actually. Right, we're red team. Yeah, I've got the Hulk spray on Emma and the Emma spray on Hulk to be cheeky. That's the kind of person I am. I'm sorry, you had to find out this way.
I'm a sitting duck here.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, they had an Iron Man, and the healers were forced to retreat because of the cloak ult, so... It might have actually been smarter if I hadn't let myself die there, because I was not stalling it for any period of time. Here I come. Fashionably late as usual. I try staying. I try to break her shield and get my charge up. I try to break the shield. No, I try to get my charge up on the shield. I don't try to break it. Because for some reason you charge decently quickly against those. It's only against buildings like rockets that don't or Groot walls that don't really charge it for whatever reason.
For once, I'm vulnerable.
No one was in that ult. I was trying to get their cloak there. I misjudged where they went, I guess. Or maybe I decided to stay in front, I don't know. Either way, their Emma went down hard. Now you gotta be careful, because Emma can actually kick you off the stage here if you aren't careful. Here we go. Yeah, I was trying to kill their cloak. There, I did. Unfortunately, the Iron Man ult got me. Oops. Yeah, I needed to watch the sky a bit, just a bit more. Emma can't do anything about flyers, though. She's one of the few... she and Thing are the two tanks that can't do anything about flyers because they can easily stay out of their effective range and not do anything. So, that's up to my team. That's gonna have to be the job of my teammates to kill him. Luckily, it seems like our Psylocke managed to get a good amount with her ult, and our magic wasn't that bad either. Yeah, I see the ult going up, and I decided to go in.
You think I'm really being hurt? I love my things.
Yeah, I go after the healers here. Yeah, I work together with Psylocke to get their healers down. There we are. And once those are down, we're in good shape. Unfortunately, yeah, Iron Man, okay, now this one was my fault. I should have been lasering the Iron Man and letting our Psylocke worry about the healer. Yeah, because look how low he is. That is well within Emma's laser beam range. I could have easily lasered him, and either I could kill him or I'd at least force him to have to leave for a health pack. There's a couple close by here, but the point is he'd be forced to leave and stop most importantly, stop shooting us. So yeah, that was on me. I should have been shooting at Iron Man, and while he was dumb and within my range, because I absolutely could have torn him apart if he had let me. I got killed there. What'd I even die to? Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I was the only one in Psylocke's ult at this point. I probably should have. Granted, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think it's possible for me to escape Psylocke's ult if she chases me, because I'm pretty sure I was the only one left alive at that point. So even if I didn't take diamond form, or I ran the other way in diamond form, she would have still got me because I'm the only target. She'll just do the constant damage.
Never liked you. Sure could have used it.
Yeah, I think that cloak ult is what secured the win. And there we are, capped it. Yeah, I decided to go in with the cart since I think I was solo tanking. Yes, I was. Emma's a decent option solo tanking. We all decided to screw around with the thing. I just laser shield, I guess. Oh no, the invisible one I think is killed in that, yeah. Most of us managed to get away. Yeah, me and the magic get away, but the invisible one's not so lucky. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I could have done there. Emma doesn't have a direct ally shield for that.
Found my weak spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, healer ults do counter Psylocke, so. Yeah, there wasn't anything I could do once the healer put that shield up. I guess I was charging my beam a bit there so that I'd deal a bit more damage. Yeah, once again, yeah, this is where I actually realized, oh hey, he's an idiot and flying short enough for me to laser him. I'm gonna do that. And unfortunately, I should have saved my ult. Granted, the Thor wasn't, wasn't expecting the Thor, but I was too hyperfixated. But I do think I was doing the right thing by attacking him. I just needed to save my ult and leave once I saw the Thor. Yeah, because the big weakness of this team was definitely not going after, and I do include me on that, because again, this Iron Man is staying very close to the ground, well within my mind beam range. Oh dang, it felt like he just had that. Yeah, it felt like he just had that ult. Yeah, he gets out of range of that. He was decently close when I used it, so it's not as bad as the last round where I used it at the extreme range. They just walked backward 1 foot and broke it. He actually had to dash away. Yeah, our Psylocke got a good ult out of that. And finished off Thor. Not bad. Yeah, Iron Man is really charging it quickly because none of us were attacking him. Yeah, I take back what I said. I should have. He's not staying 5 billion feet away. He's actually being. See, even Wolverine could get him, and if Wolverine can, there's no excuse for Emma not going after him. So I'll need to pay attention to that going forward. Yeah, once again, I was trying to use my shield to cut off healing, I guess, but that was a bad spot, period. Yeah, this healing ult, I think, was the big one. Yeah, if I had saved my ult, I could have used it here, and that would have been quite wonderful since everyone's all bunched up. I don't have to save it for the perfect ult where I get everything, but it is nice for a... Yeah, if I had saved my ult, I could have easily turned that around. Burnin' T'Challa. Sure, let's go to this one.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Hulk with Groot. Let me grab a sip of my drink here real quick. Alrighty. Do we kill the magic? No, we don't, technically. Yeah, Thing knows to get out of there. The question is, am I smart and leave, or do I go after him? Oh, was expecting to get the Loki, I think. If I remember, I don't remember my mindset from this. But it's possible. But when I see that it gets captured, I go after the BP there. I've seen some people complain about BP, but honestly, I practiced him a bit in the practice range a bit recently, but he feels like he takes a really long time to kill anything. Maybe that's a skill issue. I mean, it gets a bit easier if he's been low on enough on HP that his damage boost activates, but that requires taking damage first. I try and go after their magic. I get de-hulked here. Yeah, there's nothing I could do there. Alright, we all go... Yeah, I decided to stay banner a bit, see if I could trick their magic into aiming for me. Alright. Yeah, Black Panther's in our... So as soon as he hit me, I realized I was in danger and hulked out. For some reason, I decided to go right to the point rather than protect the back range. Yeah, the ult gets me, but I decided to go after the... Huh. Did she think... Did the Black Widow think she was dead and just AFK? Weird. She wasn't stunned or anything. Yeah, I didn't have my shield, unfortunately. I'm guessing the Jeff decided to just jump off to ensure Invisible Woman wouldn't just double jump out of there. Dang, our torch is playing with fire with how low he got. Got a pretty good Namor though, putting his squids there. Especially the radioactive one and its absurd range. It can hit you from frickin' Texas or something. From, hit you from Jupiter. Dee 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 dee. Ah, someone rage hulked. Yeah. No, that was the no, that was the Loki ult. I decided, yeah. Normally I don't use the World Breaker effect since it just puts me in animation lock and it takes up a lot of time. Especially when I'd rather get off one last clap before I power down, but I figure since Loki was trying to use it, I'd just waste his ult time with mine. It kind of makes us go even, but it does at least prevent him from being able to do something productive with it. Yeah, that Loki ult was completely wasted because of that, I think. And I'm able to punch his and Black Widow's lights out. For once, that was on our side. Yeah, we had a bunch of flyers, and they were not the best at aiming up. Capture Burnin' T'Challa. Here we are.
Full gamma power. I'm clocking some bad guys. Snipers locked in on us. Extra shielding. Yes, please.
I see the Bucky here. I think I die here soon, actually. I'm pretty sure there are no more healers left. No, there's one, but I wasn't able to save her.
Mission area is yours to capture now.
Yeah. I needed to go back.
To the mission area.
Torch is just melting that Black Widow and she's barely moving. Still, if she can shoot him, that is not a bad option. She is a good counter to him. Yeah. Alright, Cloak managed to get her. The Spidey. Ah, someone went Rage Spidey. Alright, let's watch what I do here. Yeah, I protect everyone as I go in here. I try to get the Spidey. He, of course, goes for a health pack. No, he doesn't. He goes to the point for some reason. I stun their thing for a good reason. Oh, he does go to one of their healers, basically. Yeah, Torch has an easy time melting thing. He's getting a nerf, but I think he's still gonna be pretty good, just not top tier. Then again, he's still the highest, one of the highest DPS jobs in the characters in the entire game.
Alert! Protective shield destroyed. Activating for the
Monsters of the deep.
Yeah, I saw the Bucky and I decided to go after him. Yeah, he takes that health pack, which is a bit of a pain. And once again, I'm solo tanking, and oh yeah, he was through with he was through screwing around with me. I think he just wasted it.
Plasma?
Again.
Yeah, he missed it. Lots of good back and forth in this match, though, I must say. And that's ours, Invisible Woman ult, so I decided to take full advantage. Yeah, it's fine if Bucky hooks me, because that's not... Oh, but he falls in the pit, so he can't do anything productive. I wasn't sure if he went this way or the other way, and I chose wrong, so... Ah, I didn't realize their Loki was just hanging out there, invisible for the whole time. Clever, actually. Yeah, since I saw no one there, I decided to just help with the Bucky, but they didn't need me. Yeah. Taking space here would be okay if I have ult, but it looks like I didn't. No, I did. Yeah, making the distraction is fine here, I think. There we go, yeah. Even if it wasn't me that killed them, I could distract them a good bit. Oh. Oh, wow. That was actually quite clever on that Bucky's side. Especially since he got me while I was still in my ult, so I lose the ult, and Hulk has no way to recover from that, so was very smart of him. Plus, you have to remember, he was just far enough that he knocked me off, but he himself did not fall off with me. Granted, it would have been a worthwhile trade-off if he went with me, but he saved the Jeff and got rid of me all while coming back alive because he angled it just right, so... I knew he could push there, but I didn't think he could use him using it like that. Might have to keep that in mind, I suppose. The Jeff going in circles. Yeah, we kept him at spawn for too long, so we were able to capture just fine. I was wondering why I jumped in that group when I knew there was no possible way the healers could get me, but if I had ult, then yeah, that's a good way to force them to back off the point, because they absolutely cannot push while I'm there. Might have even been hoping for Loki to waste his ult to try and stop me, but he might... I don't think he had it. I forgot to check. I can check right now, actually. Yeah, he did. Oh, the Loki... I see, the Loki escaped that way while the others went... But I guess with the tank dead... Their only tank, in fact, their pushing was not an option, especially since we still have Namor and the others. Yeah, we had more than enough people to ensure that they couldn't get near the point in time. Nice. Huh. Hall of Dajalia. Well, here's a defeat that's not at Shin Shibuya for once. At the Spider Islands.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Alright, here we are. I decided to just distract them for a bit. Yeah, I heard someone come back. Ah. I see the cap. He's going after our cloak, so I try to protect them and punch him to get him to retreat. Yeah, as much as I'd like to diff the other Hulk, the magic's more important to protect our healers, so I focus on her. Oh, wow. Yeah, they definitively won that fight. I decided to try and... Oh no, keep thinking I'm red because I was red the past few times. Oh dear.
If I get hit, it's gonna hurt.
Onward to my sacred home.
Yeah, there was not much that we'd done there. Yeah, me and Storm alone couldn't handle it. I needed to stay back and wait for the healers to get there.
Null's dark touch cannot be allowed to spread further.
Speed is everything. Behold, that child!
Yeah, something feels off here. I was fighting with a team here, right? Yeah. Trying to push them back, but I see the Dark Child's back here, so I try to be a problem for her, but she manages to de-Hulk me. There's not much I could do at this point, honestly. I don't think there's a way to avoid dying here. Probably could have gone back, but... Oh no, I do try to avoid dying. Unfortunately, the magic does know I'm here, and she knew that I was de-Hulked, not freshly spawned, so I was an easy target. Actually, no, they just attack anyone de-Hulked. For good reason. That's why I usually play, I stay as Banner a bit. I see, I switched to Emma here because Hulk wasn't working out. Yeah, not at all. I was not accomplishing anything of value there. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of tank this season. I try to kill the Atom, but it doesn't work, and again, my healers are nowhere around. This was my fault for pushing it. I was trying to stall the card as long as I possibly could, but they had already capped it. And I think that's kind of the point that matters most here. If they hadn't capped it, that might have been worth it, but if they had, then there's no point. And it should have gone back there. So yeah, I can't be stalling a cart that's already at the minimum location. Even with her nerf, I'm pretty sure Emma's gonna be pretty strong.
I am vulnerable.
And I'm doing an okay job stalling, but the problem is that I've... Oh yeah, I was going with Spidey, but I also had no backup healers, and they had no healers either.
Journey has been long and storied. It must not end here. Wakanda's journey has been long and storied. It must not end here.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that magic before they could even help me.
Wakanda's journey has been long and storied. It must not end here.
Speed is everything.
He shielded as I was grabbing him. I saw that.
My revenge on all.
Yeah, getting rid of Banner was a good idea. But I think, yeah, the Luna ult is what really got us pushing here. I'm trying not to go too far up. Yeah, since I'm the solo tank, I have to be a bit more conservative here. Stay near the point so they can't get it. try to stall it since it prevented them from flipping it to their side. I don't think that was inherently bad, but at the same time, well, Hulk ulted. There's only so much you could do against that. Yeah, they tried to start getting into our faces to keep it there. And, oh man, look at our Jeff. He snuck up behind while they weren't looking to prevent it from capping. That's why you have to have someone stay behind, or else they're just gonna back cap like that. Unfortunately, I failed to shoot the, I had to let the banner go, which is unfortunate. I tried to get the Atom. I did succeed, but his Born Again already did its help. Yeah, he shielded just as I was smashing that. Looks like we're actually gonna win here. What happened? Oh, it's because there's 3 minutes 45 seconds left. Yeah, that might explain it a little. Yeah, enemies are completely get melted pretty quick when Emma's at 100 charge. Pretty satisfying. Yeah, and magic is so fast that doing that against her was probably not the best idea, but I was trying to protect our Iron Man with that one. That way, the Iron Man duel has us with the edge. I think he forgot we were inside of... Jeff forgot we were inside of him. Allies. Oh no. Oh, I see. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh.
Pay for this.
No, my baby. They'll pay with that. There you go. Easy enough. Yeah, that was definitely a fight worth having. Unfortunately, you can see the cap at work here. Oh, he just ran away. He could have actually taken... Oh no, it's because they didn't cap it yet. Yeah, like I said, stalling a point, if it's not under your control, the moment is not... Yeah, that Hulk is overextended. Yeah, I was too far ahead, but at the same time, we did at least get the Luna ult going. Yeah, once again, I try to keep taking care of the magic because taking out this is one of the things that makes Emma fun. That's why I chose her as the second tank to start learning. I have played a bit of Strange, but they nerfed... Emma kept nerfing him. Luckily, he's getting a buff this season, so luckily he's not nearly as bad as the one person they keep memeing gets nerfs. Come on.
Your powers are mine!
Yeah, you can take... If you're Jeff and you capture, you can put them in your spawn room and that'll kill them. I guess... Or it might have run out of time, I guess. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, he's trying to stall... They're pretty much in overtime now, so he's gonna try and stall it. There we go, get rid of their Atom, but he revives immediately. Unfortunately, there wasn't much I could do there. Wow, that actually came down to the wire. Yeah, unfortunately, Adam's revive really came in clutch there. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly the combat stuff I could really have done better with. I'll have to try better. L7? Let's go with this one next.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Well, I'm on the Hella. Oh, I'm not on here. I must have been a filler.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Here we are.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Alright, let's see here. Oh, yeah, I just had to go up here a bit to try and get the jump on them.
Against the world.
The mission area is yours to capture now.
Yeah, that's a bad spot to be in. Yeah, the Emma got me.
The mission area is yours.
I'm hulking out.
Problem solved.
Yeah, I saw someone's getting our Iron Man there, but... Yeah, the BP there. Can't fault. Okay, good. I didn't chase him for too long. Instead, I face a much better target. Yeah, I go after the healers. I just walk past the Emma and try and go after the healers. Yeah, I can't chase down Jeff, so I make sure to leave, but... Alright, let's go back a bit. Back in time. A bit too far back, but it's fine. We'll be back in the fight here because we start pushing. Yeah, we work together pretty well here. I try to go after the Jeff, which at least forces their Emma to not have any healing. Yeah, with their Emma gone, there's not much they can do.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. Control lost.
Yeah, the BP had no choice but to leave the point for even a remote second, and that got us to cap it. And the stage is moving. Yeah, this is another part of the stage I don't like, because like if you have the Invisible Woman's ult there, it'll actually move with... It'll actually start moving away from the point, since the point itself is moving away from where it was. So what you thought was protecting your team on the point is now protecting an area that is of no value. And again, if you have a building like the Penny Mine or Rocket ult, they will get beacon or ult, they'll get destroyed by the map moving. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid going too far away from the point. I try to protect my Mr. Fantastic allies, since he's basically a fellow tank. But unfortunately, I de-Hulk and hooked. Unfortunate. They take control again. Mr. Fantastic's ult's been buffed to the point. It's actually a pretty good ult now.
Victory is almost yours. Control lost. Victory is almost yours.
I go a bit up. I don't try not to chase too far, but I did kill. I stay back, which was good because that's where my healers were. I only leave to try and kill an enemy healer. Yeah, and our own magic is helping against that. I take out a healer. Had my ult. I see. That's why I was fine being a little bold. Yeah, I'm cooked there. Or am I? Just retreat while firing. Nice. That magic was so overly focused on me that she completely ignored our Yeah, I was retreating while firing there. Their magic was extremely... Yeah, their magic was hard focusing me to the point she ignored everything else, and unfortunately for her, that led to the team taking her out. Oh, sounds like I'm coming back. I come back, immediately start swinging. They attempted Dark Child, but it's not enough. She just gets melted.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Yeah, keeping them off the point is paramount, since that's the point. Yeah, they couldn't stall it. Yeah, so when I joined, we immediately started turning it around. Whoever left out the first round was just being silly.
Focus on the battle.
Feeling buffed. There. Oh, nice. I got their healer. Nailed their... I was aiming for the Emma, but I nailed the healer. I guess I was hoping we could melt her with that. But I guess it was not meant to be. Not sure why I was tussling with... Well, it's better to tussle with Thor than Emma as Hulk, because Emma can kick a Hulk into the pit. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic accidentally bounced too high. I think he meant to bounce inside of the building there. Yeah, I ended up getting stunned, but since I'm Hulk, I survived. I tried to save my team. Guys, come back to get some heals before I dive back in. I don't want to leave the point alone for too long, but... Props... yeah, here. They were. Yeah, I decided to force them to ignore the point for a good while with Mr. Fantastic. I probably wasted my ult, but at the same time I felt confident since it was not even 50% that I'd be able to get it back by the overtime time. And I guess to be fair, that's better than not using it at all, because look how long they've been stuck at their own spawn, basically. I was expecting them to shoot at us a lot more, hence bubbling the whole team there. I guess it's not a bad thing, though. It does feel cathartic to bubble the team. But now, yeah, as you can see, now I no longer had it. Oh, but I did get it back in time. Yeah, so their Psylocke wasted her ult. What's my point of view say? Not sure why I'm punching the air there. Swing. I tried to guess where she was, but it's not going to work with the rocket ult there. Yeah, I was too far ahead there. As soon as they started dropping their ults, I probably should have gone back. But at the same time, I do think it was worth it just because they wasted all of their ults on that. Their Moon Knight no longer has ult. Rocket, their healer, no longer has ult. The only one who has ult is their... I guess they do have a Cloak ult, but having a Cloak ult and Rocket to alternate between would have been a lot better for holding it. So they do have an Emma one coming up at least. But the rest are a ways away. Plus, I was right, but because we have a decent amount of time here, probably should have gone in here and then shielded, but whatever. Yeah, the Psylocke's just hanging up there trying to get some shots in. Yeah, I was cooked. Absolutely, everyone was focusing me so that I die the moment I despawned there. The moment I changed to banner.
Behold the god of thunder!
Now here I just charge on the point and go for the healers because obviously it's not worth it there when they're using their ults and stuff. Their rocket already has ults, wow. Yeah, I just want to get rid of that Ankh because the last thing I want is Moon Knight taking advantage. Their Emma still has ult, but she's not using it. But she is being smart using the Cloak ult. Yeah, there's no way to escape that. I was melting there. We're in overtime, so if we wipe them once, we win.
Can I come through the green door again?
Yeah, my ult's almost back. Yeah, I come from the side here. I go after the Hela because she's probably one of their main damage dealers. I see the Rockets here, so I try to go after him since I lost track of her. I get her. Get their good use of ults. Yeah, that was good focusing and good ult usage. Came down the wire there, but we got it. Yeah, whoever left and had me fill was just a quitter, apparently. The Life Fantastic. Yeah, admit that was a cute Valentine's Day couple skin they made for Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. Fun stuff all around. Whew, I'm actually feeling quite tired all of a sudden. But that was fun. I wasn't playing it directly, unfortunately, but it's good to keep a focus on where I should my positioning should be and what fights I should be picking. Alright, that's gonna be all for tonight. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, I'll see you later.